All right, people, welcome back to the Cup Chasers podcast. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Inter Milan have punched their ticket to Istanbul to play Manchester City in the Champions League final. And if you are a fan of Inter Milan, one of the very, very many we saw at the Derby on Tuesday, go ahead and smash the likes up, subscribe to the channel, and get that notification bell on. I thought it was another professional performance for the men in blue without the sponsor on their shirt. Um, I uh, I thought they particularly did a great job in defending Liao. Every time he had the ball, he had his back to goal, and he was like 40 yards
Yeah.
from the one time that he got his man turned and got in behind. He nearly scored,
Mhm.
Yo,
and that was
yeah,
the
where
only
he
time.
shifted. He should have took it with his right, and he shifted it to his left real quick. To
It's the only time the whole
yeah,
game. The only time the whole
but
game.
it's so sad. Like I watched this game, I felt bad for Milan. Like I had moments where I felt bad for Milan. I was like, I really felt like Milan should have brought a little bit more to the table, almost like that Madrid motif that we kept talking about. This isn't the Milan. What's going on? Like expected a little bit more. Expect a little bit more offensive, a little bit more firepower, a little bit more shots on goal, a little bit more heavier on to Inter. Credit to Inter for controlling the game. I know it's their
Very
home
much
leg.
so.
I know it was their home leg, so they had a little bit more fans in the building, but
They had a lot more fans in the building.
Yeah, they did.
but um, credit to them not taking anything away from them. I hit a little moment in this game where I felt bad because of I think of what's to come. I feel Milan is a better matchup versus Madrid or versus City than what Inter is
I don't
going
know,
to
man.
bring.
Inter were the clear better team over
Yeah.
both legs. Over both
Yeah, if
legs
you think about it, they really did not threaten Inter.
Milan
at
did
all.
not. But you
At
got to
all.
understand, they've played Inter what, 7 times,
This is the
6
fifth.
times?
This is the fifth time this season.
5th. That's
They
ridiculous.
only beat them once.
That's
Way
ridiculous.
back when. Way back in the beginning of the season. Was the only time AC Milan beat Inter Milan.
And
But
what's the point difference? Do we know the point difference on the
I
series?
think
I
one's
know
in
Napoli.
fourth, one's in third. I think Inter's in third. Milan
They're
is in
right
fourth
here, yeah.
or fifth. But
Anyway,
Giroud was on an island, just like Benzema,
Island.
just like we were saying Benzema was. Giroud kind of had a bit part role.
I felt
Um,
like I felt like Leao had a island role. Like just kind of got the ball a few times and
yeah,
had to lay it off.
they never let him turn that once. But if
Smart.
he scores that one and they score the
Wide
one
open.
before
It's
where the
wide
guy had the chance
He
from like
just didn't
penalty
put
spot,
it further into the corner.
credit Onana, good save. But
I'm telling you, Milana,
if they
man.
score both those goals and it's 2-2 at halftime,
It's a wide open game.
completely different. I feel like it's
Completely.
completely different because Inter will have to go for it a bit more. And I'll be the first to say, I haven't watched as much Serie A, as much Inter this season, but Dzeko, man, is still got
Yo,
it.
he's
Like he's
older
still.
than us.
He's cruising.
I mean, he definitely got gassed by the end, but he knew he had old Donkey Foot to come in for him, so he definitely gave it his all.
What
And
if Romelu Lukaku hits a goal or a
I'm
game-winning final
he's
goal?
going for it. No, Dzeko will
Oh
start
my
after those
goodness.
performances in the
Oh,
semifinals.
Dzeko starts.
Dzeko will
Romelu comes in
start for the
because
final.
Dzeko can't make a full game. Neither can Romelu Lukaku, so it's fine. They have to.
Also, Lautaro Martinez, man, what a player! What
He's
a
it's
yes.
he reminds me of Carlos Tevez. Just workhorse
Hmm.
of a forward. He has the work mentality. He has a lot
Because
of
he's
forwards don't
Argentinian.
have the work rate in them. He does, and he happens to be.
Yeah.
But he does. He reminds me of a little bit of like Carlos Tevez. It's just the work rate. You don't see many forwards willing to put in that much ground in the
And
game.
that turn he had that did two defenders at once was
Hmm.
man. Man, I know we criticized him in the first leg for taking that dive, but I thought he had a great game here in the second leg as
Mm,
well. And you know, after seeing them over 2 legs there, you can't count them out. I know City are the clear favorites and were absolutely dominant in their semifinal, but
Like Lewis said.
I mean, Inter were. I mean, I remember saying it before because I mean it was. I think I left before the end of the game, but I remember saying it was Inter were clear for me,
mm.
clearly better. Um, Shut Milan down completely, and I wasn't expecting that at all. To be honest with you,
Me neither.
I
I
had it
thought this
going.
game was going
I
to be
had it going the
wide
other
open.
way.
I
I
had
had
it
it
going,
the other way for sure.
completely wide open.
But I think it's going to be tighter than a lot of the bookmakers are thinking it's going to be. To be
That
honest,
Holland hat trick, man. I already put it in.
that
Like,
midfield though, with the guy's name who I can't pronounce, I'll give it a go. Chalanoglu,
Yeah,
maybe
Shangaloo or something like that.
with the pink boots. Barella in there. I mean Mkhitaryan had a great game.
Mkhitaryan, yep.
They've got some ballers in the midfield, so it'll be an interesting matchup. I think that unfortunately, honestly, I think we might see another. One team sits back and City just dominate possession.
dominate.
But and maybe Donkey Foot will get one on the break. But I think it'll be a good game. Milan
I'm
certainly. Inter certainly.
praying for Donkey Foot to have a good game. That way somebody will buy him. Please.
Anyone.
He is for sale, guys. Anyone out there. If you're listening to the pod, Romelu Lukaku, you need
Champions
to
League
buy him.
finalist.
Champions League finalist, baby.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if he hits one, that's an extra 10% we're gonna get on top of it. So you know what?
Oh man. Spoken like a true bully, Todd Bullyite.
It's all about the Benjamins now, baby. Let's go.
Exactly.
You can
I was
have
gonna.
your cups. We're here to make money.
It was funny after the game. I don't know if some of y'all saw this or not, because I watched the post game. And it was funny after the game how all the Inter fans they interviewed, even the guy who absolutely just loves Lukaku, was talking about how they wanted City. And I think it was just that stigma of it's Real Madrid. It's Real Madrid. It's all Real Madrid. And I'm sitting there and I'm like,
final, they're coming home with some ears.
you don't want to play this City team. And the one thing that really kind of shocked me about Inter was how strong they were defensively. I really thought that while I knew my guy was Onana wasn't going to give up anything, and he didn't. I thought that the Milan attack would challenge. There really was no challenge. I mean, Leao got a couple shots. What was it? Macias, I think it was, who missed that.
Was on the other side, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that Inter is going to beat City, because I don't think that's going to happen by any means. But I do think, looking at the defensive shape and matchup from Inter, they're going to give City a game. They're going to be able. They play very, very tight. That was the one thing that I really, really noticed about their defense. They're very, very tight. They don't allow space once you get towards the 18-yard box. And I thought, okay, I mean this is going to be an actual good matchup. It's not going to be like City drops 6 on them and everybody's like, well, that was boring. I think that Inter will have a chance. I don't know if they can score though. Even though I love Dzeko and Lukaku, I don't think they can score.
It'll be tough.
It's gonna be tough. But another thing, as a Chelsea fan, of course, I listened to the interview with Lukaku after the game, and he was talking to Henry, and Henry was talking about how he was going through some tough stuff while he was at the World Cup, and he's been injured, and he's had this, and he's had that, and the one thing that I really kind of came away from is he's where he needs to be. It's not at Chelsea. It's not in the Premier League.
I don't know why
he's
we
where
ever
he
pulled
needs
him
to
out
be.
of Italy. Right. We should have just left him. We should have never bought him back. We should have never bought in the 80 mil. He was fine. He was at home. He's good in Italy. He fits Serie A soccer, football, whatever you want to
He's
call it.
exactly where he needs to
Fits
be.
it. Exactly.
And there's no other place for him to go. Like if he went to Germany, he would be totally miserable. I mean, he legitimately looks happy. He looks like he's enjoying life. He looks like he's enjoying playing the game that he loves. And, you know, as a Chelsea fan, you're like, man, why is it there? Like, why is it there? Why isn't it Chelsea? Why wouldn't you put, you know, this effort in at Chelsea? And it just comes down to the love of the game. Yeah. He just doesn't love the game in the Premier League.
No, he doesn't like Prem soccer. Or yeah, right. He doesn't like Prem football. He doesn't like it. Right. And it's a different brand. And that's a lot of people, unless you watch the Prem, unless you really interacted with one of the leagues, like Liga, La Liga and Prem are vastly different. Their world, you know, Serie A is very different. And League One, like they have a different style, a different tact. Like the defenders are big in the Premier League. We're known for brutes. We're known for, you know, having this little bit of less of a touch of class. That's why Barcelona and Madrid had those runs where, you know, they had 10 guys put the ball on a string and they could run it by any one of our brutish defenders.
Yeah.
You know, it took us having some of those guys in the Prem to compete in the Man United days with Ronaldo and that. But I'm exactly there with you on that, Patrick. I 100% agree. Lukaku definitely belongs in Italy, and I would love to see him stay. I'm unfortunate it doesn't work for us, but he can't score goals in the Prem. He doesn't fit.
No.
He doesn't fit the style, right?
Well, who knows if they're gonna buy him? But
what
you think, Lewis? What you think about Inter?
Well, I mean, I respect both teams because, you know, you look at it and it's a derby, so it's hard to kind of figure that out. But
yeah,
I mean, Inter looked good. I love Dzeko. You know, he was the second goal before 93-20. So, you know, City fans have a lot of love and respect for him. I agree with the Lukaku take, even though it's weird because Lukaku at Everton was good, and so you have to kind of look and say, I think it's style. And so, you know, it's a confidence thing too. Some people have those things, like a lot of the German guys have issues there. Chelsea got a striker that played awful and then went back to Bundesliga and was amazing. What's his name again?
Timo Werner, baby.
Timo.
And so
I miss Timo. You don't know what you have until it's gone. I miss Timo.
But what's interesting is and you know, I've been on this a one-off game in a neutral site, anybody can win. I do agree that the spaces will be tight, but this is where Grealish, Nardo, Gundogan, and De Bruyne really matter. And so those guys will be big, but John Stones, what do they say? He's a Rolls Royce of a defender. He's going to be Rolls Roycing through them. And I mean, I'm not arrogant about the game because, again, it's a one-off, but I feel confident going in. And I think Pep, because he's found his mix of guys, he's not going to tinker. The only thing I see changing is he might play Ake, but I don't even know if he'll do that because I think Akanji's played so well that when they play them, I think they're just going to leave what's there. The team that he's literally played that same lineup with the exception of Akanji for Ake for every knockout round game. He's played that same exact lineup. He hadn't changed anything. And I think Inter will be good, but I mean, if they sit back, I think Haaland will have a field day against them. I think that's what will happen there.
That's what I put my bet in, baby. 3-0. I'm at great odds right now. I put it in early. 3-0.
The Haaland hat trick going to take the Champions final.
The script writers couldn't write it any better if Haaland hits a hat trick in the final. Everyone, then it's justified. Patrick's point, my point.
Of course.
This is the game you bought him for. This is the tournament you bought him for. He hits a hat trick against Inter. It's a wash.
They'll put up a statue of him in Manchester.
Oh, absolutely.
First
Before
season,
he's even gone.
He'll hit the hat trick. Then he's just going to retire.
He gets the big ears. He retires at 24 as the greatest as the GOAT. Like,
He's
yeah.
the GOAT. He's done it. He's getting
he's Thor, baby.
Well, let's go ahead and get 52 goals for Thor, was it? Likes on the video, at least. For the amount of goals Holland is going to score against Inter Milan in the Champions final.
Plus the 3, so 55.
Plus the 3. Subscribe to the channel, get that notification bell on. We'll be back real soon.